Good morning, folks. Welcome back. We are moving to a new world today, at least for a little bit. I kind of got a bee in my bonnet to work on something else, and I figured we're going to go with it. In this case, the inside of a Dyson sphere. So huge metal landscapes, lots of strangeness. Should be a good time. Yeah. I'm thinking today we're going to start with kind of a large open area with a central tower. And I haven't quite decided if how I'm going to handle the walls yet, but let's jump in and see what we get. I think I'm going to start with the tower. Yeah, let's do a cylinder and make it radius of, we can go big here, 60 meters and a depth of 180 meters. We're going to be playing a lot, I think, with scale and giant spaces here for a little while. And I'm not sure that it'll stay this big, but let's get into it and see. I'm going to 3 and scale that. Actually, before we do that, let's do this. Let's make some edge loops. Ten seems good. Well, 12. 18 should take us. Nope. 12 seems about right. We'll do 12. Okay. And heavy metal planet, something like that. Cybertron or Blame or whatever you want to think about it. Let's scale this up and bring it in like that. So we get kind of a, I don't know, almost like what, atomic power plant thing. And then let's take here and scale, but bring that one in. So it goes that. That's kind of a neat form. Cool. Now let's go ahead and save. 2409031 live stream Dyson Tower until I come up with a better naming structure for these things. It's a world so mind-bogglingly huge that you can kind of do whatever you want with it. The crust that this thing is built into is about 10,000 kilometers thick, so almost the diameter of the entire Earth. So thousands of levels, and you know, caverns the size of Mount Everest, common and small. You and your water planets. No, I'll do a water planet eventually, but they're actually not that much fun to model. They just get kind of, it's very similar after a while, or it can be. I'll do another one when I kind of get inspired by an idea for it. Turn off proportional tab. And let's take this edge and bevel it up like that. Okay, yeah, and then, yeah, there we go, flatten that out. Cool. Oh, aerogel, yeah, okay. Well, let's see. I'm gonna try something I don't use very often. Let's see what it does. Shift Q, axis, extrude. Let's try just some straight presets. Low depth. That didn't do much. Make sure to point the right way. Yep. And let's try it again. Not loop extrude. Axis extrude. Why are we not getting any? I feel like we should be. Let's just go to restore defaults. Why am I not getting any? What is she doing? Let's just select the whole thing and try it again, just see what happens. Okay, that's very strange. Unless that's just not going very far. Unless my depth isn't 25. 25. Let me see if we can make this work. It's definitely, it is. Oh, I see. It is working. It just only did it on that side, tiny little bit for some reason. Oh, cool. Let's delete it. Do it again. See if we can make it work. I really only want it on like that and maybe that, but axis extrude. There we go. And I want it to stick out like that. That's fine. I kind of wanted more than that though. Let's see. 50. 50. Yeah. Okay. So that's depth of 5, 5, and 5. Like I said, I'm not really into, I don't use this tool all that often, but let's see if we can play with it. That's looking kind of neat. And yeah, let's do it again. Axis extrude, global seed. Yeah, let's give me another one. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Neat. All right. Still liking it. Let's do one more. It's simple, but you know, why not? That's a more complicated one, but let's try changing the global seed. Something random. There we go. Something we haven't used before. Nice. I like that. Three is certainly enough. Well, probably not actually. One more. Not scatter. Axis. Cool. And actually, I think we should be able to take these, can we? Yeah, we can just rotate them. That'll help us out. There we go. Nice. They may not line up exactly anymore, but if we just take this S Shift C 1.01, there we go. Just pull it out a little bit. Okay, so that's given us some interesting forms, kind of sticking off the top. I like it. Now, I think this is the kind of thing where we might actually want to think about the composition early on, just because things are going to be so large that, hold on one second, I'm going to turn my fan on. It's hot here. There we go. It's so large that we could get lost in things. So let's create our room now, or at least a floor. And we keep it circular, why not? Since we are in a circular space, S200. Cool. Control A, rotation scale, fill it. So there's our floor space. And we can just bring it up a bit. turn off proportional. Okay. And again, this thing is huge. If we put a human in, this thing is huge, which is how we want it to be. So we're kind of looking up at it like that. Let's set our camera. Again, a little different from normally where we put the camera at the last, but I think this time it makes more sense. Clip end of like 600, that's more than enough. And lens, go to the anamorphic, and 35, give us more, yeah. And resolution, so that's what we're looking at. Take our camera, I'm just gonna take it to all the way to here. That's what we're looking at from the edge at this scale. So it's big. That'll work, I think. Like, it definitely gives us something to play with. Okay, save. Just so we have an idea what we're looking at. Yeah. Let's come back to this guy again and maybe select this lip and this lip for the next one. Random loop extrude this time. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I want them all. Turn off loop from source, the usual. Give a global cut. Sure. And then F9, and then loop cut that one and this 2. Should just get us some smaller parts. And again, we have the, what you call it, relative turned on, which is kind of annoying, but I think we're okay. Just creating detail anyway. That's kind of neat. Save. Now, I want to try something. Let's see. How do we want to do it? We have just this tab. I kind of want to just do some random paths. Is there a good way to do that that I can think of right now? I don't know. Because we could just, we could just do it manually, right? That might be the easiest way. And some cables. Not cables, but piping. And this one. Cool. And I'm gonna go around, even though we don't necessarily think we're gonna show this whole thing around all the way this time, although we might. Cool. Okay, if we unsolo, get some neat looking things going up the side of our tube. That's actually looking nice. And we'll make a couple more. Maybe we'll do it now with these other ones turned on so we can kind of see what it's doing. Doesn't make a lot of difference though. You don't really need to see what it's doing, but yeah. Very straight one. Yeah. Cool. Just making pipes. And then here. Let's make a smaller one. So it kind of ties into that one. Yeah. Nice. We could have just used random flow, but I wanted a little more control than that, and I didn't want them just to helter-skelter everywhere this time. So again, another small one. There we go. Let's see what we got. Again, we're mostly just looking from one angle, but even from the other angles now, it's starting to get cool. Okay. We got our tower thing coming on. Looking all right. Let's now think about our walls just a tiny bit. Walls. Cool. A Shift N inside. We should be good, right? Yep. There we are. Cool. Let's change our view to 10 kilometers just to give us lots of room to pull back from. And let's take this and move it off into its own object just to get out of our way, because it's hard to see. And I'm not sure I'm even going to use it. All right, so we're still there. Looks all right to me. Let's jump in, edit it. Okay. I'm going to separate this too. Make that new collection floor. This bad boy again. Tab A. And we don't have to worry about symmetry or anything because we're just making something weird. Let's try plate insets. Now we're going to definitely need to give it thickness. Depth of 10 to 2. Oh, that looks very sci-fi and cool. I'm just going to set our margins an outer of 1 and an inner of 1. Yeah, I mean, this thing bakes itself, right? You're like, oh, there you go. That's what we needed. That is cool. It's kind of fun to me just how fast you can make something that just looks super techy. Now, ground. Do we want to mess with the ground? Of course we do. Inset. There we go. Gives us everything we need with our ground. Now, how flat do we want the ground to be? That's an interesting question. Let's tab. I want to say not those. Maybe let's just do it again. That. that. Just selecting, and while I'm selecting, I'm thinking. There we go. Tab, Shift Q, play insets, subdivision 1, cool. So that leaves those areas normal and gives us bumps on other stuff. And again, that looks cool. Try just to see what happens if we change our inner, make that thicker and off. There we go. Make those sections a little bit thicker. I think that's better. Yeah. I don't know what outer is going to do in this case. Let's try it. Outer doesn't really change anything here. I'll take it down to 0. Okay. So now we have our ground. We have our thing. That's looking pretty cool. The only thing I want to do, I think, is this face. I want to bring it up to there again. Cool. I'm not going to worry about the fact that my pipes don't have ends because I don't think we're going to look at them too close anyway. So we've now made this. I'm sitting there with a lot of bullshit detail, which is fun. Now, just keep going with the ground for a bit. Shift G, coplanar. So we just get that. I want to get that, that, that. Shift G, coplanar. Cool. Try a few more. Shift G, coplanar. Good deal. Tab, Shift Q. Axis extrude? Because the spikes coming out of those things. Is that what we want, or do we want pipes? Seed. You're only going to give us, I wish I knew how to make it give us more there. I don't know. And we'll do those. Just as a starting point. Can almost not get too weird. Loop extrude, 1. Let's see if we can set its margin or cuts. 1, 2. And where's our margin? There is a margin, right? I'm blind. I thought there was. Yeah, let's see. Max depth of 15. No. 1. Not in this side. 0.1. Okay. Nah. I don't hate that. Let's keep going. Let's see, inset thickness. Okay, there we go. That's kind of not bad. Not crazy about it yet, but whew, Yeah. And off. No, not liking that one. Really not liking either of them. Let's just get rid of them. It was an idea. Didn't like how it turned out. So let's keep going. Now, let's see if we can't. Cells. That'll work. That will work. That's what we want. Cool. Yes. Because now we can tab A, E up those things. Yeah. Cool. I mean, not quite so much. Let's take it up 10. And then select random, deselect half of them, and E10. And then select random. Yep, E10. And then select random, E10. We just kind of keep going until we got none left, really. Select random, E10. It's just those two left, right? Yep. Let's just take the one, E10. We got all those things spiking up now. That's cool. And if we look at it with everything, it's looking like that. Yep, that's cool. That's what we wanted. And let's just, this, sharpen. Okay. Now, tab A, Shift Q, utility, quick plate insets. Interesting. Let's reset. Top pair default, subdivision 1. And F9 and depth of 1, 2. Yep, that's looking good. Gives another subdiv. Cool. And inner margin of 0.005. May not even notice it, but cool. So those shapes now have shapes to them and they're not just flat, which is what we wanted. Yep. I like it. And then tab. We still got this thing, still got those selected. Shift Q. Now maybe we do some tubes. Mount 250. Sure. Depth down to like that. That seems like a good depth. Yes, that does feel good. Now let's go back to our ground and hide those so we don't get them again. And all right. Got all that. Shift G, coplanar. Cool. And I think we're gonna do the same thing essentially again. Shift Q, cells, and cuts. I'm gonna make them smaller though. One more maybe. Yeah. Cool. Tab A, E, up. That's kind of neat. Actually, I'm not gonna do that though. Let's bring back E3. Yep. Cool. We'll go up that far on them. A, utility, plate and sets. Lots of just weird forms. Cool. I think that's looking neat. The way I've been going about these is basically just make some shapes and then just keep subcutting into them. And it's been working pretty well. I'm gonna come back to this thing now. Can I say solo it? I want to go that, Shift G, normal. Didn't get it all, but you know, I'm trying to grab those faces there. Shift G, normal. Cool. Shift Q, loop extrude. 1, 2, 3, cut. Not that much. Although we can just cut this down to 1. That should help. Yeah. And F9 and depth max 0.5. No. 0.1. 0.2. And where's my loop cuts? 1, 1, and 1. Do we like it? Is it being weird? Let's see. I mean, it's definitely being weird. Do we like it? I think this is too much. Just down to 0.1 still. Even that's too much, yeah. 0.03. When I look at it with the other stuff, yeah, that's better. Yeah, it's coming along. It's getting there. It's very impressionist, honestly, which is what we want. And we can come here, and now we don't have to just randomly do it. We can select what we want on our own too. So we select here to here, and then select, check or deselect. Yeah, and then E. Yeah, that's neat. Q, sharpen. So it's a combination of sort of random accidents and then looking at those and deciding what we wanted to do to make them worthwhile. So we'll take those now, face, poke faces, 1 minus, circle, 3. There we go. Yeah. Intent. And it's all bullshit, which is fun. It's like you don't have to worry about anything. I mean, it's just kind of like a landscape, honestly, but And I'm trying to think about just creating a space that just feels big and empty and a bit alien. And if we turn our ceiling back on, I'm not sure we want our ceiling on. But what if we do? I know I'm like, we don't want our ceiling on, but what if we do? 3, let's 7, inset. I want to create some big loops there. And 3, or just these. And select, checker deselect. Blind, checker deselect. There we go. And face, poke faces. Control, okay, I have to do it anyway. Fine, do it that way. I like that. And then do it on here then too. Select, checker deselect. Offset of 1, yeah. Face, poke faces, 1. So now we're just going to select these faces. So let's leave those ones off right now. And Q, circle, and make those that size. Cool. Now we select these ones. Q, circle, and we'll make them bigger because we can. And what happens? We make them, do we make them lights or do we make them a hole? I think we might make the outer ones holes and the inner ones lights, but yeah, Q, add modifier, solidify, and make it go up like that far. Okay. Yeah. And then apply it. And then to solo it, and come back and we need to grab these. 3. Shift G. Polygon sides. No. Area. Yes. Good. E. Up. Cool. And just so I don't have to do it again, let's make sure. New. We'll actually start materializing. Assign. New. Okay. Great. So now we have holes and lights. Or what will be lights. Because our whole world is dark right now. So maybe let's do a little bit of that, see what we get. I'm going to, we'll do the light first and make it cool. I think we're going to stick with a fairly cool light here mostly. So we added a light there like that. Now, I'm just going to come here so I can see it and adjust it. Shift A, light, sunlight. I'm going to give it a radiance of 10 so we can see it and turn on color. And I can rotate it like that. Might be interesting. I think it could be cool. Now, let's save because it's been a while. Let's just start maybe doing a little bit of materializing. Shading, we'll add the random flow nodes because they're just fun right now. We can always adjust them, but just to go someplace to start from, hard object. Yeah, it's dark, but I think it could be good. We might need more light. We definitely will need more light, but how much more? Or we can just adjust it otherwise too. But okay, let's turn off our ceiling. Woo, it's bright. Just start giving some things some materials. I want the scale on this is a bit not what I want. Yeah. So, because it's set to object. And I want it to be a consistent object. So maybe mesh cube, sure. And we're going to give it hard object. Yep. Now, if we come back to shading, and where is our scale? Hard object. Object, there we go. We select our object here. Now they all have the same object scale, and we can adjust that as we scale this up. Our scale changes. Yeah. And if we turn our ceiling back on, it should be the same scale. Yeah, so instead of it being individually scaled out, it's now right. I hope that made sense. This means without having to UV it differently, I can always maintain a consistent scale whenever I use this material. That was the point to it. Okay, let's hide ceiling and floor. Give the same for right now. Yeah, all that's that same kind of whatever weird paneling. And we're fine with that for right now. This thing here, maybe we'll give it something else. Shaders, me, metal. We could just do metal sheeting plane, a lighter, but that could actually be good in this case. Cool. Or if we want it less grungy, that, but I think I'm still liking the grunge. Let's see, plates and paint, what's a no? Oh, I remember that one is, yeah. Actually, it's kind of neat. I was gonna say no, but maybe not. Duplicate area, let's see it in full. Turn the ceiling back on. I mean, it's still too dark. Let's adjust our camera. Exposure, where are we at? Exposure. 8. 8's dark but viewable. 7. 7 seems okay. Yeah, I kind of like it orange. We'll leave it orange. Happy accents. Okay. This sucker. Distressed hull. Sure. I'm gonna turn off our ceiling. It's gonna be very bright again, but just so we can see what we're getting. And maybe I'll hide the walls too. Where are they? Make a new one for them. New collection, walls. Okay. Good deal. And these, let's do metal sheeting. And these, also metal sheeting. Cool. Tab A, U, cube projection. Yeah, we need to do that too. Tab A, U, cube projection. Okay. Nice. Here are our pipes. What do we want to do? I could try yellow. It doesn't have to be. That seems very bright now, but I think it might look better. We'll get to it later. Yeah. Those are all UV'd out, right? Is this? No. That is not. What is that? Oh, it's those weird things. Dot. 1, 2, 3. We're just gonna make all those the same, so I'll just join them. Oh, I can't join the pipes, but let's see. Cool. All right, I gotta cut the bright down just a little bit so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Yeah, otherwise everything's just looking white, but we'll take it back to 7 later. Tab A, U, cube projection. Okay. Now, let's jump into here. We'll just hide our cylinder. Is that all my pipes? Looks like it. And link materials. So they're yellow 2 right now. Cool. Then let's see, this one or the big one. Where are we? Is that 1? Yeah. We're gonna make that. Yeah. This one does not need the emissive yet. Maybe it will later, but not yet. Cool. Try to get, sometimes you can just get a little too crazy adding too many materials and it gets a little weird. So it's better to be like, all right. Is that everything materialized? Doesn't look like this is materialized yet, or is it? No, it's just bright. Okay. Cool, I think that might be everything with the material then. Turn back on our walls. Turn back on our ceiling. And it's dark because we need to go back to 7. It's still dark, but you know, hey. And we're going to probably change back, but I just want to see surface down to there. So it's even lower. We want our background color value of like 0.01, almost dark. Kind of cool. Okay. Still doing stuff. Let's take this. Tab. Hide those. Shift G area. Yes. And Shift Q, loop extrude. 1, 2, 3. But 0.01. 0.01. I just want to add. Morning, Michael. By adding those, it should maybe play with the silhouette a little bit. Let's see. Of the light. On solo. A little. It gives us a little bit of wonky here, but not a lot. Let me go a bit brighter. Yeah, 6 is probably better. We may even wind up going a bit brighter. I have this tendency to make everything too dark. And we have no sense of scale right now. Like, this is impossible for us to tell how big this is. Let's hide our ceiling. Where's our human gen? We're going to definitely need a person here, just in general, to make this work. Otherwise, it's going to feel very strange. Okay. Let's see if that helps sell it scale-wise. It still even really doesn't. It's still just hard to tell just how big that is. And it's big. But we'll keep playing. Just something to keep in mind. We're at 52, doing excellent. Now, one of the things I think I want to do, come back to our wall and just solo it. Now, interesting, it doesn't actually get it all. That's screw, we're just gonna go it all. Select it all and cells. I'm a big fan of this one. Cuts. That the big thing is so big you can't see the human is the problem. The human was back there. The big thing's like 120 meters tall. So we're gonna get to it, but yes. One. Cuts. Get any smaller? Yeah, you're getting smaller. Good deal. Okay, get all those. Look at them all. They're great. Might be too many, but let's try it. We're gonna come over here and give it a yellow emissive. This may help us a little bit with scale too, actually. See, that's too much. That is too much light. Yeah, it's a fucking Christmas tree. Tab A, select, random, deselect 50, K, X, vertices. Still too many. A, select, random, sure, X, vertices 50. Yeah, that's better. I can live with that. I think that does help us. And yeah, exactly. You know it, man. you know it? Now let's see. What do we want to do? We could select this to here. Control bevel. Width of 2 meters. And then E1. Here we go. Camera GZ1. Take us back. Now let's see. That's better. Getting light from. Something coming in from the outside? Is there a hole to the outside that I'm unaware of? Or is it just another? No, it's just another sunlights. Okay. Well, let's see about moving our sunlight. If we rotate it, local. Yeah. Cool. I think. Now tab 3, Shift G, coplanar. E. Yeah. So we just made the ceiling thicker. And sun. So that makes our holes smaller. We can kind of play with how we want it to be. I like seeing it on the walls is the fun part. So like maybe like that. That helps us. Now, the reason I made this platform up is because it's a depth that we can understand. I think we should be able to now see our human better and understand what the scale is doing. Because that's a 4-meter platform across. It's not super wide. So let's see. I mean, it's not gonna be this person, but just it helps give a sense of the scale of the whole thing better, I think. And it was just fun to do. It's looking good. Still a very small room in this thing, and that's fine. Ceiling, hide. Let's come back. Edit our floor some more. Tab. Grab those, and we'll grab these two, why not? Okay, now, do we want to put pipes on them? Do we want to put panels on them? How do we want to do this? What are we thinking? I think pipes could be cool. Tubes. F9 with a margin equal to at least the depth of the curve. Just bring it in. Cool. And curve depth down. cut. Yeah. Good deal. And then F9 at offset max of 2, 3. No, it's too high. 1. Yeah, that's making it a little smaller then. Yeah, that's better. I'm just looking at shapes for right now. I knew I kind of wanted to make a cylinder tower in the center of this room, and other than that, I had no strong plans. So this has all just kind of been happy accidenting after that. Panels? Yeah, let's do panels. And depth. Goes in. Still too high. Yeah, and that's better. And we can cut it. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That's giving us some cut lines that should be neat looking. Yeah. And ceiling on, take a look again. Yeah, so we're starting to get a sense of scale. All of the, once you have a shape and a perspective into it, you're like, oh, yep, now it starts to make more sense. I can grasp what that size is, and then after that, we're all good. So this, we're gonna make it this yellow, sure. Cool. Yep. Dig in that. Now, we gotta do a few more things though. By a few more things, I mean, we'll probably keep working right up until the end and over, because it's me. These bad boys here. Tab. I want to select that, inset, up, plus, assign, cool emissive. Can't even see it. I can see something. It's doing something. We're not really looking up at those as much as I would like, but we just don't have a lot more room. We could just, I mean, I suppose we could increase from, come on, 35 to 28 because we're in an enclosed room, so there's no reason not to. Still going to be big. We may have to get another shot. Let's just see where we're at. I can dig on that. Let's do it on this one too. Yeah, same one anyway. Cool. And we'll do this one too. We'll only go to here on this one. Yeah. Nice. And then I want to take and cables. Radius in. Sure. And then this one. We can do there, cables. Cool. Just creating some mess, basically, is the vibe. This one. There. No. There. And yeah, sure. Cables. Let's make it 8 this time. Cool. Oh, that was a trip way too far. Let's get rid of that one. Delete. Shift Q, cables. I don't want to go that far. There you go. That's fine. You can kind of see them hanging a little bit. Not a tremendous amount, but I think enough. And I'm just going to give them a rubber material. This one to this one, link materials. Cool. Yeah, that looking all right. Just, again, edit, add, make it weird. This time I will do some on the side. Tab, Shift Q, cables. Cool. Yep, that works. Why there are cables coming down out of this thing? I don't know. Someone always seems to ask, though. They're like, why are you doing that? I don't know. Because people think cables are cool. Let's make this one hang down more. Yep. Cool. That one. That one. That one. Link materials. Okay. Q. Now, let's see. Some fog in here would be really cool and would really slow down our rendering. So of course we're going to do it. And let's do it. Hide ceiling and easy fog. We'll use easy fog. Sure. Ground fog. Ground fog 2 it is. Ground fog 2 day. And fog it up. Ground fog 2. Solo it. Tab. X. Vertices. A. Cylinder. Cool. I know it was bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. And 1 GZ, we're going back up to there. Okay. And 1. We certainly don't need it any higher than the other one. There we go. And turn the ceiling back on. Let's see how dark this thing really is. Not bad, actually. Too foggy, but we're getting there. Ground fog density, 0.2. It's definitely way too bright now, which I thought would happen. Take our sun. I mean, our sun was super bright anyway. It already gets a 10. Take it down to 1. Yeah. But let's change its color to make it really cold. Does that help us any? Doesn't really do much. But I think it works. It's these other lights now. We could change the tone on them. Woo! I like that, actually. I like that. I love sickly green. That's too dark, but getting kind of better for what I want. Maybe not quite so sickly green. A little more blue. Yeah. That's looking alrighty to me. Starting to get our lights set up. And the fog gives us all those cool God beams in the volumetrics, but you can now see these hanging better, which is cool. It also definitely increases our sense of depth because fog does that for humans. Not cameras, come on. Yeah, indeed. Tab, let's come back to here again. Grab these bad boys. And plus, Shift Q, panels, cuts. Where's my cut? Square, radial. Definitely. But I think this time I'm actually going to do it the right way and turn off dynamic scale and just make up actual panel. Panels. And make a depth of 0.002 and 0.025. And cuts. Are we seeing any? Oh yeah, there they are. It's there. F9. Thickness. Increase that a little bit. Cool. Okay. I sharpened it right. Okay. And it should be, we could change that one too, and that's going to make it maybe feel a little bit more Let's try metal sheeting. It's definitely brighter. Tab A, U, smart UV projection, or fine, doesn't matter. Distress hull instead. Yeah, darker's better. Definitely distressed hull. Did I even need to ask? That gives us some cut lines across there. That's neat. I don't like it. Let's keep playing with it though. Yeah. Tab. Just unselect that. Yep. There we go. Shift Q. Tubes. Cuts. Whoa. Zero length vector has no angle. What the hell are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? Okay. Tubes. Looks like it erred out on that. Now we've lost it. All right, ain't doing that no more. Random flow has errored badly. That's fine. I'm just gonna try then. We'll just make one. Yeah, and we'll make it yellow. And here, geometry data. Here, resolution, let's take it to 8 so it's nice and smooth. And let's see if I've completely borked random flow or if it will do something else. Utility, flanges and couplings. Custom. Heavy flange. Radius of 1. No, it definitely works. Cool. We don't want to 1, but we're just gonna. There we go. 11, 12. 12 looks good. Radius of 0.2. Let's make it a bit bigger than that. There we go. Visual interest. And it also needs to be that. Let's see. You can kind of see it. I think it's cool. Okay. Definitely feels like a liminal space. It's like, I don't know what the heck this thing is, and it doesn't feel inviting. Is that and by liminal, so the technical definition of liminal space is basically an in-between state. So where there's divisions. So that's one of the reasons I wanted this light cutting across here too, is like hard lights and things like that definitely add to that definition of a liminal space, which I want to play with a lot on this project. So this bad boy here, I'm going to do a little bit on this one. Let's just solo it because it's huge. Come here. Great. Okay. 3. Shift G, coplanar. What? All right, fine. There we go. Now almost all of them. Just increase it a little bit. Increase the threshold. Good. Got it. Still didn't get it all. Fine. Now we did. And then E, 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 utility, plate and sets. Depth minimum of 0.1, maximum of 0.25. Cool. Showed it this way before. Yeah, Giannis. Cool. Select those. We got them. I'm going to inset E just slightly up and plus. And let's give it a new color. And what color do we want to make it? A liminal deity. Yep, for sure. It's supposed to feel uncomfortable. Is the other vibe? Is like the full vibe of it. So it's the kind of, I guess, the way we've taken it, at least architecturally. A lot of times, the example that people give are like parking lots at night when there's nobody there or whatever are liminal spaces. They feel off. Strength 25. Did I get it? Is it doing it? Did I not assign it? No, I didn't assign it because I'm an idiot. There we go. Couple of lights there. That's cool. And I like those are now a little bit different. It's not just a single tube coming up. And I think maybe okay. Now you can see where the hell I'm at. Right. Can we go E? It's actually all right, but and then here. Okay, yes, because I want to take these and these, not that, maybe not that, those ones there, yes. Q, cables. Huh? Oh, is it still just squirreled, screwed up from that? Fine. Still borked on curves, right? Shift AC. Where's cable rater? Is it not turned on? Preferences. No. Cable rater. It's turned on. Hotkeys. Shift Alt C. Yes. Have it all gotten borked? Yeah, it looks like whatever I did really borked my curves. Well, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Yep, exactly. Okay. I'm gonna exit and try again because I want to fix this. File. Yeah. What's on my screen now? Nothing. Okay. Let's get to play what's on my screen when Blender goes away. Elementary schools on the weekends. Yeah. university hallways at 3 in the morning in the computer lab. Lots of good times. Okay, let's see if this will work now. Please work. Okay, we're back. Cables, see if this will work first. Yes, it does. Cool, we're back. That's a good depth, I think. We'll make it thicker though. Sure. Cool. Couple cables filling up that I like. We're gonna make it rubber. Unsolo it. See if that fills us up better. I wanted some of that there basically. Just to, might be a few too many. Get rid of this one, this one, this one. Yeah, it's better. Yep, that's what we wanted. And then I think to make it, again, kind of fun. Cable Raider is not working. I am very pissed to figure what's going on with that. Can I do it this way? Cable Raider. Create a cable. I don't know why it's not working, but the other way. I'll come back and figure it out. And profile. It doesn't have the default profiles anymore. Right. All right. Well, that's fine. Cool. Good deal. Come to me, my little cable friend. Tab G. There we go. Cool. Join rubber to figure out what's going on with Cable Raider. But that's for another moment. Can't really see them there. What if we make them the yellow? Let's make them that color. Doesn't, yeah, it shows up a little better. That's fine. Just wanted something there. And I think here, inset individuals. Individual origin, SZ. Yep. E plus assign yellow emissive. Yeah, that's cool. Now, I haven't thought about who our person's going to be yet for this. We've actually made it better. Like it's almost okay now without a person, but that could still be a road. So I'd like to put a person there. I think we're just going to use a big, medium, small person for right now while I work it out in my process. Just remembering this is concept art. So, you know, sometimes you really do just need man with stick. But I want to put somebody different in here. And I think we're going to use one of the Water Village guys. Because I want there are, within this Dyson sphere, there is basically every tech level you could possibly imagine. So up to, but not including star travel. So we have lots of different stuff. Let's do woman walking. I will lay out the the world as we go along. But essentially, humans ended up here. Um, there was a bunch of cloning, and then a bunch of stuff really went wrong. So there, even though there only one human ship came here about a little more than 1,000 years ago. Um, there are millions of people on this Dyson sphere, but since this Dyson sphere is like 400 million times the surface area of Earth, it doesn't matter, and it still feels very empty most of the time. But we get lots of different people. That's a nice silhouette too. I like that. Doesn't read as high tech or low tech, which is good, but definitely gives us a sense of scale. I think it's cool. I'm kind of liking it, and we're right on time actually. So I think I will probably call it. What do we want to focus on? What's our focus point going to be? Um, Camera, photographer, focus. Right now we're at 10 meters. If we focus in, 140 meters in, that makes us a little blurrier. That might be cool. Let's do that. Save. This is going to be a bit slower to render probably with a fog this big, but it might not be too bad. Let's set our mist pass to 700. May even turn it off entirely since we got the fog otherwise. I'm going to change our max samples to 512 because I don't need that level with this much fog. And I'm actually going to change all of our volume passes. We'll leave volume up, but to 16. Actually, we'll make volume 16 too. 16 is still more than enough, but otherwise it's going to take forever. Resolution 100, and I think we're good to go. It's an AMD something or other. It's a couple years old. I have 64 gigs of RAM and a 4090 RTX. That's the biggest thing that matters is the video card. I have a 4090. Yeah, so should be good. My guess is it'll take about 20 minutes to render, 15 minutes or 15 to 20, which is not awful. I can live with that. Anyway, here is our first interior space of the Dyson Sphere. I think it's working well. I'm pleased with it. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. And I will be I will not be back tomorrow. I think I am on set, as far as I know. I have to. I'm an extra, I believe, tomorrow and Friday. But I will be back on Thursday. I'm losing track of what day it is because of the holiday yesterday. But Wednesday and Friday this week, I'm on set. So Tuesday and Thursday, I will be streaming. Okay, take care, everybody. Have a great one,